All right, boys. Team Canada, Team USA, Team Sweden, and Finland all announced their 4 nations face-off rosters last week, a few days ago.
December 4th.
We announced ours a month ago. I think sporadically we post them once a week, but we might as well do a reaction and look through all these rosters, starting with the top team, Team Canada.
We're starting with Team Canada, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, Team Tampa Bay Lightning themselves. John Cooper had to get his boys in. Like, of course he did.
How many favors does John Cooper need, though?
Right?
Yeah, I gotta ask.
I'm surprised Steven Stamkos didn't.
I gotta
make the
ask
team.
real quick. Was Stevie Y also in charge of putting the team together? Because he did all for all those years on Tampa.
Stevie Y's
but Stevie Y's way was when he would put his Tampa players on the team, he'd be like Marty St. Louis.
That's what I mean. Was Stevie Y there? Because then Stevie Y and John Cooper were probably butting heads. Stevie Y is probably like, you can't put every Tampa Bay motherfuckers on the team.
John Cooper's like, watch me. Yeah. He's like, Kucherov, you're Canadian? Well, you're on the team too.
You gonna change your citizenship? It be change your citizenship.
John Cooper's like, I've been through this before. I'm not losing one of you guys this year, right? I'm bringing you guys on to this team with me. All right? Because right off the bat, we go to good old Florida. Sam Bennett's on the team.
We also had Sam Bennett on our team.
Sam Bennett was on our team too.
Yeah.
Anthony Cirelli wasn't on our team.
No.
Sidney Crosby was obviously. Sidney Crosby's obviously on the team because he got picked before. Brandon Hagel, who's having a great year.
Before I continue on, what's up with the media always every time Team Canada starts playing? Tim McDavid to Nathan McKinnon. You think Crosby should be captain? You think, Crosby? He's only served his country in the Olympics three times. 2 times.
He's only brought a gold medal twice.
Yeah, at the 1 year they didn't pick him, they sucked ass. Yeah. Weird. It's just shocking to me. But should he still be Team Canada? Should they bring Jonathan Toews back for captaincy?
That's Canadian media's attempt to be like first take ESPN clickbait ship, trying to get these. They're doing the same with Jonathan Toews.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No, but
are you saying how much does he need to do for respect?
How much do you have to just for a soundbite? Like, do you go for the pettiest thing? Like, you already know he's guaranteed captain. Like, why do you want to why are you trying to test?
They could give him McDavid.
Like, no, they won't.
I said they could. They gave one of these tournaments. I believe it was the 1998 Olympics when Gretzky was on the team. They gave the captaincy to Eric Lindros, man.
Oh, we're back. Camera died. Jordan was spitting fire.
Yeah, now my rhythm's all fucked up. But Rizaki, you talk about it being a consensus that Sidney Crosby's going to be captain. We're talking about Team Canada here. 1998 Nagano, they named Eric Lindros captain, right? When Gretzky was on that team, so you never know what can happen.
That's because they saw Stevie Y take Gretzky's lunch money. They're like, he lost his tab. He can't tab anymore. Crosby,
and who hasn't taken Crosby's lunch money? This isn't 2018 anymore.
No, but
COVID's happened. That's the old era in the NHL.
Crosby still gets those Selke votes. Yeah, he still gets that respect in the league.
Yeah, but Selke voting leaves much to be desired, right?
But Crosby ain't ever been put on a clip like that ever. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody taking his lunch money like that. And then
I see.
Putting it on overtime like that.
If he had gotten traded to a contender, I'm pretty sure someone else would have already taken his lunch money too. He's older. He's like 37 years old now. Man.
I think he probably would have another cup. Gretzky over here.
I'm honestly thinking of giving it to McDavid. He's their best player. He's going to be the guy you're playing 25 minutes a night.
You can't give it to McDavid. It's Crosby on the team. You still got to give it to Crosby. It's respect. You got tradition. It's tradition. You can't just keep. If Crosby's on the team, then you got to give. If once Crosby's gone, then McDavid gets it.
Let me ask you guys this: had Edmonton won the Stanley Cup last year, you think McDavid would have been captain?
No, I still don't. What? It's too disrespectful, Crosby.
Oh, damn.
I think McGill.
He's not even Captain Canada. Crosby, that is. He's like your boy to your left there, Razak.
Because that's
the man himself. Undefeated in shootouts, right?
Boy, undefeated shootouts can't be beat.
What surprises me? The media isn't pushing harder because they've been trying to take the captaincy away from Crosby for decades, like you guys are saying, with Taves. Not McDavid. It's classic. Classic story all the time.
Kind of me doing like an ESPN, their best ESPN impression.
Yeah, they're trying their best.
What video popped up on my since we've been doing more hockey content. What video popped up on my recommendation is the one where Elliot Friedman sits down with Sidney Crosby, Taves, and
Henry
Lundqvist, and he goes to Henrik Lundqvist. He goes, which one of these two would you rather have to build your team around? And I'm like, I just start laughing again. I'm like, these motherfuckers, man.
Henrik Lundqvist, he chose Taves?
No, he's like,
no question.
He's like, no question, 3 cups.
Henrik Lundqvist, he's like, I know an Indian when I see one. But that's just the media. Jokes aside, I think Crosby's going to be named captain.
100%.
Yeah.
I like how we did a whole 10-minute fucking time.
No, I can definitely see an Eric
Rant.
Lindros situation, especially considering the coach at hand. Coach in 98 was Mark Crawford. He's kind of a villain. And, I like John Cooper, but his moves on the roster indicate he's a villain, man. This motherfucker's got every Tampa Bay player in the history of the franchise on the team, right? You never know what he's thinking.
You 100%. If Victor Hedman and Kucherov could switch fucking their citizenships, if they were playing in Canada, he definitely would have done
He'd find a way. He'd be like, yo, sign over here.
I'd like to change my pick for the captaincy. I think he's going to be point captain, and then we're going to have Cirelli, and then we're going to have Brandon Hagel as and that's also going to be your top line. So,
all right. So then they got Brandon Hagel, like JP mentioned. But how about this next guy? This is a surprise. Seth Jarvis himself.
very surprising.
I can't believe he made
Very
he didn't make our team. Him or Hagel. Even Hagel's a surprise though. I didn't
we
expect
didn't
Hagel.
have him as a consideration.
Yeah.
I don't think we
No,
considered
and
him.
honestly, he hasn't even played that well for Carolina this year.
Seth Jarvis actually was like on the board we had, but Hagel didn't make the board.
Okay. Oh, Hagel didn't make the board.
Hagel was out of nowhere. I don't think anybody had Hagel on their team, to be honest.
Hagel's that defensive guy for them, right?
Yeah. I think Cirelli's a defensive guy. I think Hagel's just like he's been a pretty good offensive player to way forward.
Yeah.
I think he's second on points in Tampa.
I get them too confused. So that's what I was asking.
There's too many.
Cirelli's a centerman, so he's gonna probably play the shutdown role for Canada. He's probably gonna go up against, Austin Matthews maybe and all
The
those
next
guys.
one is
But this isn't 2022. John Cooper stacking up all these Tampa guys. You guys haven't won the cup in a few years, right?
Yeah.
And you guys haven't won a cup ever since you guys stopped all that cap circumvention shit,
True.
right?
He's
so
probably
I'm
thinking,
surprised that Canada gave that much of a leash to him. Like, yeah, sure,
You can
have
take
these
over,
three guys. Obviously, they're thinking, he got the Tampa structure, try to implement that short tournament, try to get ahead of the other teams here. But there's so many great players for Canada that got
100%.
snubbed as a result of this
100%.
Tampa Bay special.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe he's thinking, these guys get carried by Kucherov. It won't be hard for them to get carried by David or McKinnon either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Sure.
you know,
Konechny also on the team.
I can't believe he made the fucking team.
He was on the consideration list. So I think I put him on there.
But still,
Yeah.
That's just that's we're
But,
just
like,
talking about. That's
what-
Philadelphia. They've miraculously turned to a 500 team recently, and now two guys make Team Canada as a result. That's pretty ridiculous, right?
Hey, Konechny deserves it more than the second guy when you talk about him.
Sanheim?
Yeah, he deserves way more than Sanheim in my opinion. I didn't think Sanheim should have been considered, to be honest. He was such like a pick out of left field for me.
it's like Torts called a couple favors to John Cooper. Like, I got my boys in there.
You gotta get my boys in there, dog.
Tampa especially.
Yeah.
But Torts isn't even Canadian. Like, why do we really care about this guy and his players at all? I could be like, fuck him.
It's just an
right?
ex
Like,
Tampa special out here. You can just find a link to every player on the team with an X of the Tampa Bay link, dude.
And then you
Tampa
got
special, man.
Then you got Nate Dogg and Brad Marchand. We talked about Brad Marchand a lot. Probably should have been considered. Mitch Marner deserved. He's killing it this year.
He's killing it.
For sure.
McDavid, of course.
Yeah.
Point, of course. Sam Reinhart deserved to get as well.
Yeah.
Mark Stone obviously makes it. The three surprises we talked about. On defense, we got Cale Makar.
But before we get to Shataj, I don't see how Barzal, Scheifele, and even like Nick Suzuki,
Yeah,
some of these other
you're
guys
right.
could play those defensive
100%.
roles.
Yeah.
And I hope it pans out because obviously we're Canadians. But I would have taken Scheifele.
Scheifele over Hagel, over
Cirelli.
Jarvis.
Can I just say
Konechny,
something?
all these guys?
You can put Seth Jarvis in the team, but like you're not gonna consider the kid that you're touting a superstar on the team. You're not gonna put Connor Bedard on there. You're not gonna give this guy
Especially if you consider this. We didn't have him on our team either, but we had a lot of other better players than him.
but we had him at the end.
Yeah.
Over guys like Konechny and Seth Jarvis and Brandon Hagel. Anthony, we didn't even have those motherfuckers on the list. Like,
this
come
team,
on, man.
this team could have used at least one more like high level offensive weapon.
Yeah,
I think
they went a little too defensive heavy. Like either, sorry, Shataj, I'll let you
There you
go ahead. But like either one of Scheifele, Barzal, or even Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
I think having one of those guys on the team I'd like our chances a little bit more because if one of our guys like Marner or Sam Reinhart or Mark Stone, for example, like get off cold, then you have your insurance policy. You can go to Mike Scheifele and you can go to Barzal, some of these players. But we can't do that now.
Yeah.
We have to rely on Marner and those guys to produce. And, it's not like Marner's done that in the playoffs at all, right? So
I think I was going to say now. So Bedard, the thing with adding Bedard on the team would have been give him experience. This is not that serious of a tournament. At the end of the day, it's not an Olympics, right? It's just like you're testing what you have. So in a year from then, you know who you want on your team.
Yeah, who knows?
Bedard would have been a perfect time. This would have been a perfect time to test Bedard. Can he play with these guys? How does he perform with actual top tier level players instead of what he plays with in Chicago, right? You can see a lot.
And you put skill with skill, like you're saying. And if you have Crosby, McKinnon, and McDavid, and then that fourth guy being Bedard, I think Canada would have been pretty unstoppable.
Huge,
right?
Huge.
But yeah, if I'm a Jets fan or a Mark Scheifele guy, I'm feeling a little pissed.
Yeah,
how much more does he need to do, right?
Scheifele definitely. You know, maybe that, you know, we joked about talking about it. Maybe that Black Widow story came around, and they're like, "We ain't fucking with you, dog."
Scheifele can play like a little bit of a nasty game too, right?
He can play everything. Yeah,
he got suspended out of a whole series because
hits he through.
The hits he threw. Like I understand where like he deserves to be on the team. Out of like Sorelli, like Hagel, like come on.
Yeah,
this guy he could easily play those defense. He could be the defensive guy too. Like he's shown that in his career.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like what? Like just like why?
There were just too many forwards selected that don't have that high level offensive capability. I think now might be a good time to go talk about the defense.
Yeah, might as well jump up onto their blue line because I'm not a fan of the whole group. I like most of it.
Oh really?
I think the top four looked great. Like you had Makar, Morrissey.
You don't like Colin Parayko?
Yeah, I don't love it. I didn't expect him on the team, to be honest.
You know,
I'm surprised
they just looked at 25 minutes a night. Cash rules.
I like our team 10 times better than this team because our team we had. Okay, before I will talk about their team first. They had Makar, Morrissey, Parayko, Pietrangelo, Sanheim, Theodore, Taves.
Yeah,
we had Taves, Makar, Theodore, Pietrangelo making it, and Morrissey, and then we had Ekblad and Dobson over Parayko and Sanheim.
I'm honestly perplexed that Aaron Ekblad didn't make this team.
I'm shocked
because like he's played meaningful minutes in 2 runs now in a row.
Yeah,
and like he's returned to some form of what he was supposed to be pre-concussion. He definitely should have made it over Colin Parayko.
Yeah, he has offensive edge too. Like I don't know why you like. I'm not saying he's insane offensive, but he can still put up points offensively. He can still give you do it on the defensive end and then come up and help you in the offensive end as well.
No disrespect to Sanheim, but like I'm not familiar with the game at all. Like I don't know what the fuck. Like I've seen the other guys like the Chicago mentioned Dobson and Ekblad. You know, I've seen their games. Like they're good, they're quality players, especially Ekblad.
Yeah,
like
ask Connor McDavid about Ekblad in that postseason. I mean that series, right? They're going back and forth a lot. Like he's a gamer. It's not like he's this
and he's like that grit you need,
guy,
right? You need that. Sometimes you need that grit, and he's that defenseman. He sometimes he brings it. And the fact that like we're going Travis Sanheim, like we're going for a team that's like 500 over a guy that's won a cup, has that mental edge.
Yeah,
like what are we doing here? Like we just it's every year these random fucking Canadian decisions that they make. Just like, are we trying to prove to a point like we are good, but we gotta make it a little bit challenging on ourselves, like or something like that?
Right?
Like what the fuck are we doing here? Like
the roster's a little more disappointing too because you're like, yo, this is a chance for you to kind of shut down the noise that USA has going for them, right? Because everybody's like, yo, USA is coming for Canada. This is like their chance to like take over and like kind of just create some hype going into the Winter Olympics in 2026. And you're putting out this roster with Sanheim and Parayko out there and like all the guys at the front. Like that makes no sense to me.
I mean, honestly, those guys are good players, Sanheim and Colin Parayko. But if you have Aaron Ekblad out there,
you have better options.
You have better options
to be like a top tier team at the end of the day.
No Dobson. I think we were missing a couple other guys that like we had on our
that were considerations for us.
Yeah, that were probably even better than these guys. Like
Sanheim's been eating a lot of minutes. No pun intended. But then, even last year and this year too. Maybe that's why they're like, okay, this guy can play a lot. But like you're saying, Zach, I haven't seen much of Sanheim. I would have taken Aaron Ekblad any day.
John Cooper probably just saw this guy play like once. Like, this is the defenseman. You know, he's like he reminds me of what's his name? The Russian
got a good reference letter from
Sergachev. He reminds me of Sergachev. He eats minutes, 26 minutes a night. That's why we got.
I think the St. Louis Blues old GM also played a part in this race, so that's why Parayko probably had like a chance of making it.
Doug Armstrong?
Yeah. I think Dougie had a chance. He's part of the.
Well, they definitely didn't see all those articles saying that Colin Parayko was the most overrated defenseman.
Yo, you know who else on?
It was contract.
You know who else was actually on that on the group that's selecting team? Sorry, the management team, I guess.
Yeah.
Canada. Luongo is also part of the thing.
Oh, really?
Is he? I'm pretty sure.
So no word for Aaron Ekblad?
No poll. Hey,
look, I think any other nation and anyone in general about hockey would agree in saying like, if you can get more Florida Panther players on your team, get them on your team because they've been killing it the last few years, right?
The way they're playing on another level. You got to grab these guys. They're championship level players, especially the top guys they have on that team.
And like Ekblad's been playing great this year too.
100%.
They lost to Brandon Montour. He's still playing well.
Yeah.
What more does the guy have to prove? You don't need him to play offense. You just need a guy to shut down
100%.
Team USA, like you're saying, Charge.
Facts. And then in net they got Bennington and Hill, who we had those two. And then I think this is kind of they actually messed up here too because Montembeault over Logan Thompson. I like Logan Thompson a lot more than all the other goals that they had.
Montembeault, the Montreal Canadiens are last in the league.
Yeah.
In the Eastern Conference, and you're going with that goalie
and
over Logan Thompson, who's
Yeah.
been playing quality, and they're in a playoff spot. Like, what the fuck are we thinking? Like, are we just trying to lose? Our goalies are already in question. Why not take a solid goalie as a third position just in case, like, the other two suck ass?
I agree with you, Zach. I do think that goaltending is questionable for Canada.
Yeah.
Right. We have to hope Jordan Bennington really steps up, but I'm not too surprised with Montembeault, given that it's now 2024. It's not sports and sports entertainment. They needed that Montreal crowd, and the easiest way to do that is so you go get Montembeault.
Just pick Nick Suzuki as their fucking nose.
They should have picked Nick Suzuki.
That
Nick
was
Suzuki
way
deserved
better.
it. Nick Suzuki,
Yeah,
a two-way fucking player
if
too,
you're
right?
trying to get
But he
that
doesn't play for Tampa Bay. Right, I'm sorry. And Tampa Bay had more Canadian goaltenders. They all would have made the team, right? So there's Nikai Halibulin is looking for Canadian citizenship.
Dougie and John Cooper are like, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you.
No, yeah, they did that because of the Montreal fans. Give Montreal like
Something
we have one of our guys, right? The Quebecois are already alienated, or they feel alienated enough in Canadian culture. I think they have to pander to that somewhat.
Yeah, but like he's not probably gonna see a fucking minute.
But
like you're saying, there was like, what if they shit the bed and Monty has to
that's the biggest problem too. That's another problem right there. They might need him.
Monty's gonna shit the bed too.
Monty Mushroom.
They might need a problem. That's the problem right there, right? That's why picking up Montembeault is a problem, because now what if those two guys don't perform? Now your third goalie is Montembeault. It could have been Logan Thompson, who's playing pretty well for the Capitals this year too, right?
Yeah.
You could have just had options at least at the end of the year to depth.
I don't think they realize this. Like, we don't have Carey Price in it anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
we can't get away with that shit. Remember, like, even 2010 when Brodeur started, Brodeur shit the bed? We were lucky enough to have Luongo as a backup.
Facts.
Right?
You know, that's a good point, Razak, because honestly, this roster does feel like it has that level of construction, meaning that, like, we have Carey Price back there, we're just going to shut things down.
Yeah.
We're going to be defensive juggernaut. Yeah, go ahead, go get Cirelli and Hagel and all these guys, but you have fucking Jordan Bennington and like a net. That's not going to bode well at all. It's going to be a track meet.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough scores to hang, man.
At least get some of Crosby boys in there. Like, come on, man. No
And
love.
okay, how do you pick all these defensive forwards and have a defensive system and then skimp out on Aaron Ekblad?
Yeah.
Right? Like, probably one of the better defenders in his own end
Yeah.
in the NHL.
Yeah. You get the puck
100%.
out of his own end and everything too. That's what you need.
Yeah, like he can just lock it down,
Yeah.
right? And you have all these fucking two-way forwards, but you're gonna go get Travis Sanheim.
We can move to Team USA if you guys want to right now.
I still like Canada's chances
Okay.
because you have Crosby, you have McDavid, you have McKinnon.
But I think this is your chance to like kind of smother Team USA and be like, you know what, like we're still the big dogs in hockey.
But like, it's
But
still
now you gotta give them an opening, a little more of an opening that they already have. They got a pretty good team already. I think I haven't looked at it properly, so gonna get a raw reaction. But right off the bat, they got Matt Boldy. Jutti didn't select him. So Jutti's team he selected.
No, he
it.
did.
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
Right.
he
He's
picked
fourth
him.
line. He did
Yeah.
select him. My bad, Jutti. He's there. Kyle Connor. He's on Jutti's roster. Eichel, obviously. Jake Gensel made the team. Like I told Jutti, he's gonna make the team. Quality player, you know.
Well, that's because John Cooper called
Of course.
the other nations and
Of
said
course.
all my players have to be on the team. Every single one of them.
The next one's wild. This is after Jack Hughes.
Chris Kreider making the team is
Chris
insane.
Kreider's wild.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what they were thinking.
Wait till we look at the players who didn't make the team. Like Chris Kreider's on the team. It's insane.
So now two players, Kreider and we. Sure, my apologies.
Two players
just
that didn't
Kreider.
make the roster, right?
Yeah.
Kreider and Gensel on our roster. Sorry, Kreider and Gensel were on our roster, and they were on Team
yeah,
USA.
and then Dylan Larkin.
Dylan Larkin
JP's
made the
big
team.
top.
JP wasn't happy. JP wasn't a fan.
I like Canada's chances if he's going to be on the team.
JT Miller makes it, of course.
Austin Matthews.
Austin Matthews, of course. Brock Nelson made it. So I had him. I knew he
I
was gonna
thought,
make
you
it.
know, when you said it, I thought you were going to say Brock Lesnar, but like,
Whoever chose Team USA's team has definitely played Yahoo Fantasy because Brock Nelson's been a Yahoo Fantasy legend. You pick that guy up any year, he's going to give you 50 points a year. I'm not going to say anything bad about Brock Nelson, man. I'm telling you.
Who'd have thought he was the Brock that made the team, not Brock Besser. Right? Brock Nelson over Brock Besser. That's insane.
Shit,
That's
you're playing
wild.
Yahoo Fantasy hockey.
And then you had the Kachuk brothers both that made it, and then I owe JP $5. Vinny Trocheck.
Don't bet it. I owe you $5.
Exactly. No Patty Kane.
So
Patty Kane didn't
Don't worry,
even make our team.
we'll settle all the bets at the end of the year.
First of
Patty
all,
Kane, like you're saying, but how about both Kreider and Trocheck?
Yeah.
Given that we just talked about New York, and
Yeah,
New York's not
they're all
really looking
playing
like the Rangers right now.
I mean,
Trocheck's going to be captain too. Watch.
Big time. I'm telling you.
who's
man.
your coach? Team USA.
I'm not
It's
sure.
John Cooper. No,
Torts?
could be.
See.
Oh, Sully.
Sully.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I remember because they're like, they're talking about it.
Sully knew better. He's like, I'm not picking any Pittsburgh Penguins on my team. I'm not taking anybody.
Is there any Pittsburgh Penguins to take on this team?
Yeah, I don't think so.
American?
I don't think so.
That's why. That's the Gensel thing makes sense now though, because
Because he was on the team before. He's seen him play.
Before, right? That makes sense.
That's fair.
Well, I don't really mind Getzel. I mind that they took both Kreider and
Nelson.
Well, we have Brock Nelson too. Oh, fuck, man.
They have
What are some of these forwards charges that
Brock
they missed
Nelson,
out on?
Kreider, Tate Thompson. They missed on.
Tate Thompson didn't make it. Yeah, that was the biggest. That was my that was my biggest surprise. Like, what the hell?
Jason, I kind of get Jason Robertson.
Jason Robertson's not playing great this year. He's struggling, right? So I get that, but still, Brock Nelson over Jason Robertson, I still wouldn't move that because we've seen what Jason Robertson could do compared to what Brock Nelson could do.
But I guess Brock Nelson plays a little bit of that.
I guess the gritty side.
Cole Caulfield didn't make it.
Goes to net. Cole Caulfield didn't make it.
Yeah.
But he's been playing well. Him and Liney have been playing well in the power play together.
Those guys, some of those guys though, like Trocheck, Kreider, and Brock Nelson,
they do the
little gritty. Maybe that could be a line in itself, right?
Right. Their fourth line.
But that level of grit can't hang against Canada's level of grit.
No.
Right? So you can't rely on those guys.
But you already got Boldy. You got. Why do you need Kreider though? Like you got Boldy, you got Trocheck.
There's guys who can score.
And you got Brock Nelson. You took those three, right? And then you took Chris Kreider. Chris Kreider hasn't been a 40-goal scorer in like 3 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't been that guy. He doesn't even have that dog in him where he runs over goalies in 6 years. And you're talking about like this guy's gonna like you could have Patrick Kane that spot. He could give the same numbers, and he would have more star powers.
That's true. You guys said like they need Captain America, and then the disrespect. This is actual. Before I didn't really care for it. Now I do because the disrespect to have Captain America and have Chris Kreider on the team is BS.
That's bad
bullshit.
Chris Kreider 40 goals, man. Or 50 goals one year, whatever it was.
Yeah, but Captain America.
Before Austin Matthews came along, who was holding Captain America down?
Pardon me?
Who was holding America down was Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
Mike McDowell.
Mike McDowell, he got benched. They did.
That was Canada though.
We
did that too.
No, it was Mike. Well, it was, what's his name?
He was kind of coaching though.
Yeah, so true. But every head of the United States gets done dirty at some point in their career, right? Like it just has to. It's a rite of passage.
I'm with you guys. Like, how did all three of those guys make it over Tage Thompson? Because Thompson has something that none of those guys have. He's 6'6".
Yeah.
And
he's
a huge power forward, right?
Exactly.
You could even put him on the wing and be like, go be Chris Kreider right now.
He'd be better
Chris Kreider.
Exactly.
Right?
You can switch him and Panarin right now, and he'll probably be a 60-goal scorer with Panarin.
And that's why even with Team Canada, I mean, I don't want to talk about Team Canada, but like the failure of these committees to realize like these guys can play any role. All you gotta do is tell them to put them in a role to play it, right? Especially if you're playing for your country.
Yeah.
Tage Thompson could have played a fucking checking role easily, laying the body out. He doesn't have to play center.
He doesn't,
and he would have been an upgrade over Chris Kreider and like Brock Nelson.
Yeah.
Although I like Brock Nelson's like 2A game, man. And Trocheck too.
Yeah,
Trocheck. Trocheck, Brock Nelson, and Chris Kreider are three of the same.
Yeah,
you don't need all three of them.
You need all three.
You could have two even.
Two is good enough. Yeah, like you don't need three.
Especially if you have like a guy like Thompson available, or even like Cole Caulfield, a trigger man.
Yeah,
a high level trigger man.
Yeah. I don't know how JP might feel about this, but Siraj might agree. But I kind of feel like Tage Thompson is like a little bit better version of Brady Tkachuk, in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? He could do all, like, maybe not all that great, but he could do it if he wanted to. Yeah. If he had to.
I think he's definitely a better player than fucking Chris Kreider. Right?
100% guaranteed, though. Chris Kreider hasn't been a great player since pre-COVID. Like, he hasn't been a great player.
Yeah.
And the only reason why he's been around is because of one fucking guy, and that's Panarin.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, maybe you're hoping that fucking he's playing with Austin Matthews all of a sudden. No, nothing's gonna happen.
He better not get the Austin Matthews minutes because there's so many better players who can play with Austin Matthews on that team.
Oh my god, man!
You need somebody to feed him the puck. Kreider can't feed it. Kreider has 1 assist this season.
Well, the top line, really?
Yeah, he's 10 goals, 1 assist.
The top line is going to be an all New York line. It's going to be Brock Nelson in the middle with Trocheck and Chris Kreider.
No, it's going to be the new Rangers. It's going to be Brady Tkachuk. It's going to be Kreider. It's going to be Trocheck.
There's a chance to build that bridge right there.
Yeah.
No,
you know what? I was like when I kind of saw the rosters for Canada, and I really didn't see any of the rosters for USA, and I was like, the USA is not gonna make these dumb mistakes that the Canada made. Like Hagel, Sorelli, but they're like, no, we're gonna double down and show you how dumb we are as well.
Yeah, because they're like, we have our guys, our sandpaper guys are old. Brock Nelson, fucking Trocheck, and Kreider. Those are the guys we're gonna take, right? No, yeah, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I'm really surprised that Tage Thompson didn't make the team. I'm not even a big Tage Thompson guy, but he just provides a skill set that they could definitely use.
Yeah. But hey, at least they didn't make too many mistakes on the blue line, and goalies was easy answer for them. Because I think the blue line was just as close almost. Brock Faber was on their blue line. Brock Faber was our 7th man. Adam Fox, obviously, Hannafin was on theirs, but we didn't have Hannafin on ours.
Yeah, they had Hannafin.
We did, but we did come down between Hannafin and Carlson.
And John Carlson, yeah. And I'm surprised John Carlson didn't make another veteran guy who probably deserves that.
They wasted all the veteran players on the front line.
The front line, the guys who probably didn't deserve to be veteran players on your team, that they made it instead.
It sounds like they did not buy the Capitals' hot start at all.
No.
Right?
No.
And they're still playing pretty well.
They're still playing pretty,
I'm surprised John Carlson didn't make it. But I don't mind Noah Hannafin.
Noah Hannafin, yeah. Noah Hannafin's quality. Quinn Hughes, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Slavin, we had him. And Werenski's deserved it.
Yeah,
I gotta say, like, they got quality defense core. Like, I can't say anything bad about it.
Yeah,
I would like, I don't mind the Carlson over Hannafin.
They're both good. That. They're both quality players,
and I don't mind them having is that the only player?
That's the only player.
I think the reason why they probably didn't take Carlson is because you got Fox, McAvoy, and Faber on your right side.
Oh, okay.
Those are all quality players right there. You don't really need. And then on your left side you have Hughes and Werenski and Slavin, and then you can just change it up with Hannafin, like whoever you want. If somebody's not playing as well, Werenski's maybe not playing well, or Slavin's not playing well.
Faber's numbers have been looking good too. Since Minnesota's been on kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Faber's been solid for a while. And also, you don't really need a John Carlson. They have guys like Quinn Hughes, Fox, even McAvoy, even Faber, all these guys can move the puck. Yeah. Guy like Hannafin can lock it down. Yeah. Right. 100%. So
the blue line,
which is perplexing why Canada didn't take Aaron Ekblad. You can always use a guy like that on the
100%.
blue line.
And then in net they have we predicted the same group: Hellback, Ottinger, and Swayman. Not too many surprises. Just a forward group is like a.
It's like why? Like
too many question marks.
Why not Patrick Kane? Please?
Where
why?
What about my boy Tage Thompson? I want him on the team. God damn it!
I just maybe someone in the comments will tell us why they took all three of the New York guys.
Yeah, the New York guys. Hey, that might be the line though. That might be a line right there.
If you're going for JP joked about like you're going for star power, right? Like, I don't think there's no bigger star power than Patrick Kane when it comes to American teams.
Yeah, honestly, if you're gonna try to grow the game, they owed it to Patrick Kane
to play,
especially because the tournament's in the U.S. too, right?
Yeah, it's in the finals are taking place in Boston.
In Boston, yeah.
And it's not like Patrick Kane's not.
He's not great, but like I would rather take him over Kreider.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
That's true.
I think it would have been a lot better for their coverage.
Yeah.
And Team USA is like, shit, we're trying to win. Forget that. We don't care about they should care about fucking growing the game in the States. Do so. Care at least once.
Not today.
Not today. Mike Sullivan's like, not today. We're trying to win.
But
that's why we took Chris Kreider.
Patrick Kane is almost, I don't want to sound like sacrilegious saying this, but he's like the Wayne Gretzky equivalent to hockey in the States.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And even Gretzky at the end, like you're saying, exactly, Eisenman passed him up, but Gretzky was still on the
Team Canada.
Gretzky would have made any team that he wanted to be. We'd never do Gretzky like that.
Yeah, true.
You don't do your all-timers like that.
All-timers, 100%. Yeah. And I was going to say, Mike Sullivan, he's like, who I want? I want Chris Kreider. I want this elite player in the when it comes to elite moments. He's there.
Yeah.
He's always there. He's always there.
Remember that goal he scored for New York in the conference finals?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Well, maybe he thought there's going to be a situation where we need someone to run over a goalie.
Oh.
That's the only way we're going to win.
Oh, that's his big plays.
Yeah.
He just scored big goals.
You know what he knows? He's like, I got to get Bennington out. I got to get Aiden Hill out. We need to get in Monty.
Yeah.
So that's why we got to pick Chris Kreider.
Yeah, equalizer right there. Team Finland, you don't expect too many surprises out there. Like we should have probably been able to nail this roster, right, Jordan?
Yeah, but there were some other guys that Finland's got a lot of good NHL players. I forgot about Joel Armia.
Joel Armia. I think that's the only one, right? Is there anybody else who didn't make it?
I think he made it over Michelli.
Yeah.
I don't mind that Joel Armia kind of plays like a Swiss Army knife type of game. He does a little bit of everything. Probably be playing like a penalty.
Line made it though.
Yeah. Line's back too.
He's killing it.
He's killing it. I think 3 goals in the last 4 games.
I think we had Line in our thing.
He was our best boxer.
He was a ghost.
Yeah, he's ghost on Terra Vine's line.
They had a guy who made it, and he wasn't on our initial list. I'd forgotten about him too. I knew about him before. Hockenpah.
Right? Yeah.
He used to play on Dallas. Him and Lindell used to be the pair.
Yeah.
The shutdown.
He's on Toronto now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Hockenpah made it in one of the defensemen. Who else that we had?
How about you go through the list real quick?
Okay, so forwards, ours are pretty identical. We had everybody but Armia. We had Michelli instead, and on the blue line, we had I think Velmaki made it. Ristolainen made it for us too. Mikola made it.
Jokiharju didn't make it.
That's
Wow, that's surprising.
That is surprising.
Finland maybe opting for the vets.
Yeah, but Jokiharju feels.
Who the hell is Yoki?
Jokiharju's like he's like
Who the
27-year-old kid.
Compared to the other guys like Ristolainen and
Yeah, but I feel like Ristolainen is like one of the. Oh, I need to spell his name right at all.
Don't worry about it. So Todd, if we had the, if we're doing like, shout out to, when this video comes out, the tier list, this is a big hoop for me. I don't know who the hell.
Jokiharju, he's been in Buffalo for a long time. He's not Buffalo anymore, though, right?
Maybe that makes sense.
He's still in Buffalo.
He's still Buffalo, yeah.
I thought he was on Toronto.
No.
He's not.
No, that's Hakanpää.
That's Hakanpää. Hakanpää's for playing for
I don't know
Toronto.
who Hakanpää is either.
He's got a great name.
Hakanpää.
It's a quality hockey name. I'll say that much.
Him and Lindell were the guys that were logging big minutes for the penalty kill in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe they'll play together and then
Heiskanen carries. Yeah.
Heiskanen and
it gives him depth.
Ristolainen.
It gives him depth on the blue line somehow.
Gives him a chance, I guess.
Yeah.
I still think it's theirs to take.
And now how about their goaltending? JP, they got Saros and they got Lankinen, two of the best goalies in the league right now.
And they got who's
Pekka Luukkonen. We had all three of those guys. We only had two misses. So
That's pretty
JPA, congrats, bro.
I mean, I think like
it.
you're saying, Mr. Taj should have gone 21 for 21, not 19 for 21.
To be honest, my record's looking bad because Canada fucked me up. Canada's like, fuck you.
I think your roster over there, roster 8 years, like, to be honest.
I would too.
Yeah, well, that's because I know I got a brain, I know what I'm doing.
You know the game, though.
I know the game out here.
There's a difference.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell the game and I'm trying to make the game exciting, These guys are just trying to...
They need NHL, like...
John Cooper's just trying to keep his guys happy.
And the last team, Team Sweden, this is my team. I don't know who didn't make. Let's see. So
I know one surprising one is Michael Backlund didn't make the team.
Oh,
which is very surprising.
Yeah, leadership qualities, man. Centerman.
Everybody made it.
Right? Like just on those, the fact he's captain for an NHL team, a Canadian NHL team, and he's a centerman, like you're saying, Sir Todd. Do you think they would have just valued that presence in the locker room?
Arvidsson
was the only guy that I remember. I had him on the brink of making on.
It was Arvidsson over Backlund, basically.
Yeah, for them. I guess it's because they have. I guess they have like Pedersen, Carlson, Zibanejad. Who else? Where's Eriksson Ek? Those 4 guys up the middle, and then you could probably put Willie Nylander center. We have him a center for our team.
I still would have taken Michael Backlund over Victor Arvidsson.
I would.
Yeah.
I don't know what
veteran guy.
Arvidsson hasn't
Victor
played this
Arvidsson,
year.
he's not doing much. And Backlund's kind of like a good leader too.
Yeah, he's quality, man.
He's a quality leader.
Right? He just plays an all-around good game.
Yeah.
And if in the bottom 6, those are the guys you want.
Yeah.
Those types of players.
Exactly.
So, but I don't know what Sweden was thinking. Maybe some of the players don't fuck with them. Who knows?
That was our only miss, not mine.
Yeah.
This is a group project. Remember, guys, we did it together. Remember that?
That was your miss.
The blue line.
I think the blue line all right.
Yo, I think the blue line might be better than Canada's. Hedman.
We didn't have Brodin, eh?
Brodin didn't make it. Brodin didn't make it. I think we took Hampus Lindholm over him.
I think
Hampus Lindholm didn't make it though.
You know what? If Erik Karlsson plays, then there's a problem. Then you know what?
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest downfall.
That's
if he doesn't play, all those other guys play. I think they're quality decor. 100% better decor.
I mean, even Erik Karlsson with the other 5 players. That's really
I think
good.
Obviously USA is the best decor. Like let's just get that.
I think if you give Erik Karlsson a responsible defenseman to play with, he's good. If he's playing with Letang or somebody else who's like a veteran who's like older,
I'm taking Team USA still though.
But I'm just saying.
I know. I meant the blue line. I think is better than Canada.
No, I agree. I agree with
Canada.
that. Canada has
Makar,
Morrissey,
Parayko,
Pietrangelo.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think the top 4 having Hedman, Forsling, and then having.
I don't know if we're gonna find out if Forsling is him now.
Because Ekman's not there?
Damn. Do you think he's a system quarterback?
No, because there'd be a lot of pressure on him now.
I mean, the pressure's on last year
Victor
too.
Hedman's out there, dog. And me, Sertaj, and
that country pressure is different.
That's true.
And
especially your like Sweden, like a country like that.
I think I do think the blue line's better than Canada's just because of
So you would go USA, Sweden, Canada, Finland.
Yeah, USA's probably got the best blue line, and Canada's probably got 3rd best, in my opinion.
I kind of agree with you, to be honest. I like Sweden's defense better than Canada's. Yeah. I just you know what you're gonna get with the play. I kind of feel like Karlsson shouldn't play because Strudger, like if he has a responsible defenseman, but he doesn't have what he had 5-6 years ago anymore. You know what I mean? He's a guy that was.
But only 2 years ago he won the Norris.
But that's because he's on a shitty team. Eating up those shitty minutes.
He was voted the best defenseman in the NHL. That potential in itself.
But the same idiots ask fucking McDavid and McKinnon every day, hey, do you think Crosby's gonna be captain? Like those are the same idiots. So that voted for Karlsson to be fucking the Norris winner. So I disagree with that. I don't think he was like just eating up minutes in a terrible team, but but his game's all based around his like speed and his ability to move, right? And I don't think he has that as much as he did before.
Carlson,
So
that's
like
for sure.
like he's like like I'll give you a comparison. He's a Westbrook basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't. He like a guy like Hedman, a guy like Ekblad, all those guys. They're fundamentally there. They know what they're doing. They could play for a long time. Even if they lose a step on their athletic abilities. Carlson, he didn't have. It's not like Siraj said this multiple times. It's not like he was an elite defenseman that held it down on the defensive end.
Yeah.
No, but he was solid though in his prime. He got to that point.
He wasn't a problem on the defensive end.
When
he was in a
that
problem,
year,
but-
he was when they made the conference finals. He was doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I didn't see any deficiencies.
He was just shutting shit down, but he was never like a
But then-
like now he's kind of unreliable. Like now you see him fumble the puck at the blue line, right?
that's Pittsburgh, man, and that's been Pittsburgh for 5 years now.
Yeah.
And that's why Canada was thinking of naming someone else as captain. They seen him being a captain of a dumpster fire for how many years now, right? But
with Carlson, if you put him with the reliable defenseman, I think he could kind of play up his risky game a little bit, and then have somebody else like cover for him when he has to.
But who would you?
maybe that's why they got Jonas Brodin there.
Let me ask you about who would you sub out for him if
If he's not playing the starting lineup, obviously like he's on the roster. But so
You do have to
like
put
I mean
Brodin
like
there.
who'd like out of the 6 other guys?
so they would have Hedman, Anderson playing,
100%.
Forsling probably playing with Dahlin,
Yeah.
and then I guess you put Lindholm with Ekholm, or you maybe switch.
It's
maybe
Brodin.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Brodin. instead of-
Brodin and Carlson, you think?
Yeah.
Together?
Yeah.
Is Carlson playing in the top 6 like you guys are saying? Maybe they go with Brodin and Echo.
That's what I mean. I'm asking you guys your opinion. Like,
No, wait, are you saying he's on the?
like I'm saying he's gonna be the 7th man.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Oh,
like-
Eric
But if
Carlson?
you guys were to play him,
then I'd put him with Ekholm, responsible guy. Like we had him with
Ekholm
Ekholm
or
already.
Brodin,
okay.
or even maybe Rasmus Anderson. But Ekholm or Brodin.
Because I think like we wouldn't play him to be honest, but I think they are gonna. Play
I
him.
might play him though, just because
I might play him.
his upside is there, man. Like if he can make plays offensively,
like not to say this. Like,
You play it with a guy like Brodin, who's like an eraser out there.
yeah,
He's just going to be controlling the tempo that way.
yeah.
And you can let Eric Carlson roam wild, like you're saying, Sertaj. They're going to need some sort of offensive firepower from the back end.
Yeah.
They don't have the dogs to hang,
They don't.
right?
that's true.
They're going to need him.
He's gonna be
And
the
he's a big time player.
Yeah.
He is.
It's a big time tournament.
Yeah.
So maybe
it's
for
not
those
like-
2 weeks, he's going to be skating fine on the blue line. Exactly.
Maybe, but I'm like I was just gonna say it's not like he's like like a legacy player
Yeah.
either for them, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
It
Well,
wouldn't
yeah, because he only won the award 2 years ago, Razak. He's a guy theoretically that
I meant like
he was
legacy
fine.
player for Sweden, like Patrick Kane is a legacy player for
Yeah.
the USA.
No,
Like,
that's why I brought up the Norris.
Norris.
He deserved it wholeheartedly, is what I'm trying to say. Okay.
You know,
is that tinge of sarcasm in your voice? Yeah.
No, I'm being that serious. All right.
we
For finessing the Norris like he did,
Yeah, it's true.
that deserves it himself.
we saw Hedman play this weekend and Van. And I was watching him play closely. I'm like, yo, he's the most reliable player you could have on your blue line. He's so similar to like Lidstrom, maybe a level, like he's a level down for sure. Obviously, probably a few, maybe 2,
Yeah.
a tier down maybe. But like that's the type of player he is. Like he's a Lidstrom. That's probably the
Comparison
comparable.
you'd make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he does his job on the back end, and then when you need him on the blue line, he's there. For like anytime the Canucks had a chance to get the puck out of the zone, he stopped it. He made sure he was there every time.
Right.
Very responsible. Make sure like nothing gets out of hand, nothing goes crazy. Just like Lidstrom, very similar watching him play. I'm like, and then offensively he can chip in too.
He's been like that since
since
2014, I'd say.
yeah.
And
I kind of feel like if we're talking, we're talking about Carlson. Like I kind of feel like Carlson, like because of his offensive game, kind of like overshadowed him a bit. Those like beginning in the early years before he won those 2 cups.
Right.
Hedman, right?
Yeah.
Like if you were talking about, just like media aspect of like the game, like they weren't talking about Hedman being like this. Oh, like look at Hedman play, like he's such a great defenseman. They were talking about like how Carlson and fucking PK Subban and all these other guys were like such elite defensemen, but you wouldn't hear Victor Hedman's name, even though I feel like
even during that time he was
during that time
yeah.
he was the kind of guy that like he was a prototypical defenseman, like defenseman that we grew up watching.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I
he,
mean?
he's been all around. We talked about it earlier in the year. Last 10 years, he's been the best defense in the NHL.
Facts.
Easily.
Consistently.
100%.
Yeah, because he does everything like you're
Yeah.
saying, Sertaj, and he doesn't mess up at all. He
Exactly.
doesn't mess up in his own zone, which is the priority for a defenseman. The problem with Carlson, though, Zach, I agree with you. He did get a lot of hype, and then he backed it up with the Ottawa run, right? If he didn't have the
That
Ottawa
run was something special,
right?
man.
Like he made it's like one of those runs, right? It's like when I hate to bring this up, Sir Todd, but when like LeBronto happened, right? I was just like, how can you?
Why is it you hate to bring it up to me? You're the
like,
Raptors fan.
You're the Raptors guy though.
No, because like after that, I remember I was like, fuck, what can I really say about LeBron now? Right? And I was like, nah, fuck him, fuck this guy, he ain't shit still.
True, still.
But yeah, it was kind of like that, right? It's
Yeah.
like, damn, this guy's really putting it on the line.
Right.
I've seen Eric Carlson do that.
Yeah.
I can't discount that now.
Right.
Even now, he's a shell of himself.
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Right.
It was only one
Yeah.
season though.
That was a good. Like I mean, that was impressive. That,
Can you talk your shit even though you hit once? I mean, that's according to Kanye West, you can, right? So
he took
it wasn't
game
even one. It was one Eastern Conference Finals. He didn't even win the Eastern Conference.
He was playing injured too.
It
Remember
wasn't like Danny Alfredson.
he was stopping and popping.
He was
playing-
like Danny Alfredson over here, like stopping and bobbing. Like
He's
Danny
playing injured
was.
though. He's playing on a broken foot or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
he was right.
And he's making all these insane plays like that Boston series or something special too. And then they went to Game 7 against Pittsburgh. So
Yeah, that's because Fleury was like, I'm fucking around out here, bitch.
At the end of the day, though, if he's fucking around, you plug in Brodeen,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
a deadly decor.
Decor.
Because it's like all those guys, like what you're talking about, Victor Hedman, Sertage, like his ability to play and not make mistakes. Anderson, Forsling, Ekholm, and Brodeen, right up the alley. They don't make mistakes either.
yeah. And then you have
You're left with like a young guy like Dallin.
Darlene, and he has upside to do something. Like
Right.
he's not playing in Buffalo anymore, so maybe maybe this leadership with Hedman being around helps.
This is where I started bringing it up to the other team. This is where you need to bring those younger guys in that play on shitty teams.
Yeah,
Yes.
teach him. Like,
Yeah.
like
This
what I
is a
said,
good
like what I said.
opportunity for them, right?
Like what I said with Bedard, right? You bring him
Yeah,
in now,
Bedard,
give him a little look, and then show him, hey, if you play well here, you're gonna make the team next year for the Olympics.
Tate Thompson, like give him a chance here.
Yeah.
Like, let's see what he can do with the good players around him. Not fucking what he had. Not Alex Tuck. Shocked Alex Tuck didn't make any team. You know, he's Canadian, right?
I think so.
Maybe Canada.
100% sure.
Maybe John Cooper wanted him.
Right. Forget that. Like even from like a tournament point of view, you're having a sporting tournament. You can use all the names you can
Yeah,
get.
name brand.
Right. And
Gosh.
they left name brands on the table on this
Yeah,
one,
100%.
especially Team USA.
Their goalies, Sweden's goalies is the exact same. Yeah, I nailed
Yeah.
it.
He nailed it.
Me
That's
too.
the
JP only missed twice, I think, each.
And
That's
Jitty missed only on the three
Yeah.
forwards.
I think so.
Hey, Gustafsson's been playing great for Team Sweden, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry for Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
looking good. He's gonna be the starter for sure, no doubt. But I don't know. This will be an interesting tournament. Let's see.
Who you guys got your money on? Let's just.
I mean,
I don't
Canada's
know.
hard not to say Canada's favorite, but like USA, their roster. My expectations of what the
I
roster looks like.
honestly, we joked about this, but I honestly thought this entire time USA was the favorite. To be honest with you guys,
Are they
like
still-
even before the rosters came out,
Let's look at the betting.
I thought like honestly like
I think USA might be the favorite still, but
I thought USA would just automatically be favorite. That's why I thought like the underdog was Canada because when you look at their teams,
I think Canada's probably gonna be the favorite on this. What's Team USA?
Team USA is
Yeah.
the favorite, plus 160. Canada's second, plus 170. It's neck and neck though. It's
it's
still
neck
close.
and neck. It's right there.
I mean,
What's Sweden and Finland's odds?
plus
Minus
420, and then plus 420 for Sweden and plus 650 for Finland.
Not bad for Finland.
Finland.
They make some good money.
Yeah.
Patrick cut the promo already, so you know he's coming.
They're gonna have to see Barkov for Zach. All right, Canada's got all these great defensive forwards. Go see the best, and then you're looking around like we could have used some more fucking offensive firepower.
Please help.
You know, maybe if only we could split Crosby and McKinnon and McDavid onto their own lines with all the other quality players we had.
Right? Yes, but no.
But no, we
Yeah.
got to keep them together because we got fucking Sorelli and
Right,
Hagel
and-
shutdown line.
Sorry, Finland already has that too. And with the Lundell and Listerine, like they can just get these random checkers and throw it together at third line.
Man.
So they're playing into like Team Finland's favor here, and I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to see Barkov, Hintz, Aho,
They
Vatanen.
could, yeah,
That's
they could
solid,
easily be
man.
a surprise this tournament. Somebody could just shock the world. You
Hey,
know, you
remember
never know.
that?
I'm taking Finland. No,
Remember
just-
remember Team Europe shocked everybody that other tournament, that
Yes, yeah,
World Cup tournament,
right.
Yeah,
right?
they did.
Shout out to Hansi Kopra, he carried the squad.
yeah,
Any one of these four teams can win it. I think.
Yeah.
Even we didn't talk about them like that, but Sweden.
yeah.
I can see Sweden winning it.
I see that blue line. Like I said, this might
You know,
they might be the second best one.
I'm just gonna say I don't see Finland winning it, but like I can see Sweden winning it. I can see a chance of Sweden winning it. I see a chance of USA obviously winning it and Canada. But if I had to put my money down right now, I think I'd go with the USA. To be honest,
I don't know, man.
Oh, so they're all
USA, you know.
if it was that roster, I'd definitely.
Yeah,
go
right.
down.
I'd be 100% confident in our rosters over there still.
I agree. I'm not confident in what
the
the
USA?
team is.
Like the New York 3, like I don't get that. That hurts them a lot for me.
But like, it's not like Canada did anything better. You know, they got Sanheim
Yeah.
and fucking Sorelli and Hagel. And
But at least like those guys, like Sorelli and Hagel, like Sorelli's won before, and he's gonna be a matchup guy for Canada. Like I don't know, if like what's Brock Nelson really gonna do for you? Is he gonna be a matchup guy for you? I don't think
shut down.
he
He
plays that
shut
role.
down Doggy. You see them that one run?
I don't think that was him.
Yeah, I agree, Sartaj. I don't know if even Trocheck. I
Yeah.
like Trocheck, but
He's captain, bro. He's captain.
these guys are good forwards to have on your NHL team, right?
Yeah.
Not your all
Like as two-way
Yeah.
players, but like these aren't great two-way players.
I feel like it's best on best. Put all the best players on the roster, man. That's the point of the thing. Let's do it.
And JP's making this point, made this point multiple times. These are your best players.
Yeah.
They can adapt to playing left wing, right
Exactly.
wing. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You know,
and they can play the roles.
like you know, it's
especially-
like drafting teams in NHL. I'm
Right.
picking the best fucking guy.
Yeah.
I don't care if Crosby and fucking McKinnon and McDavid all play center. Guess what? They're one's playing left wing, one's playing
Yeah.
right wing.
Yeah,
That's
I
how it
mean,
works.
Steve Yzerman, he played the wing when
Yeah.
they won the gold in 2002. It happens all the time, you know, and that's why it was perplexing that Sweden didn't take Michael Backlund, for example.
yeah.
You can put Michael Backlund as left
He-
wing. He doesn't know how to fucking play left wing,
Yeah.
right? You playing center, you know how to
Figure
play
it out.
fucking winger,
Yeah.
right? What happens if one of your centers go down for
Exactly.
Sweden, right?
Now
Then
you
you don't
have
have Michael
insurance.
Backlund. You don't have that insurance policy.
Facts.
Tage Thompson, a guy who's like 6'6",
Yeah,
he
he'll
can
play-
skate well. He can do a little bit of everything for you.
He'd probably be better on the wing than he's at center.
Oh,
because
easily,
He
right?
just needs to come in, and he doesn't need the puck in on his stick either because he's got a great shot. You just got to get him the puck at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So, you know,
because he's effectively.
What about
You can
Patrick
put him on the
Kane,
wing, and you can go be Chris Kreider, and he can be a better Chris Kreider.
yeah,
Right? And like
Yeah,
'cause-
easily.
right? And
He's got all the skills to do it. Everything you need to do.
and then
bigger frame.
you have Kreider there, and then you have a guy like Dylan Larkin too. Dylan Larkin's not moving any needle.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
Troy this year again,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you right now. I would have took. I seen Dylan Larkin's numbers recently. They ain't shit.
Hey, we made that tier list video. I think he's like 12 goals now. Since he had 11 goals, then he's 12 goals now.
Yeah, he fell off. He fell off hard. But I was gonna say, you know,
Look, I know a motherfucker who's gonna be finessing his whole career, 30 goals, 60, 70 points a year. And
you're
we're gonna be talking about-
Mr. Finesse. You know all these
Right,
motherfuckers.
so I know a finesser, right? Like he's like, I'm like,
I was
that sounds like looks like one of those guys from Florida that the Canucks would trade for, and then they would shit the bed like right away. Right
If
off
you're
the
gonna
bat.
He's
take
trying
him
to
to
start
Detroit
a
Red
Bradley.
Wing, why would it not be Patrick Kane over Dylan Larkin? Right? Like,
Yeah.
Just from a fucking vantage point with respect to like getting people to watch, especially in the States. People in the States know who Patrick Kane is,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh man, I'm lost for words because I'm trying to think
So
as to how
Patrick
they
Kane.
how did they justify Chris Kreider over
He served your country well.
both Patrick Kane and Thompson.
Yeah.
Even Cole Caulfield.
Oh, Cole
There's another guy who
Caulfield.
could just shoot the puck. You know, like,
I don't know.
add skill guys. You
Bro, Kreider shoots the puck, 40 goals. Has Cole Caulfield ever got 40 goals? No.
This year 50 is going for it.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.